As I'm sure you all have seen, there has been a new wave of the Zons sending out the "you can now create a KDP virtual voice audiobook, congratulations!" And luckily, I am seeing a lot of authors push back and say absolutely not, human narrators only. GenAI has no place in human creativity. And to that I say thank you and agreed. But I'm seeing a lot of justification for it, especially from, surprise, surprise, corporations who are trying to sell things because, that's their job. There was one I saw recently, and it was at a book event in London, I think. But the CEO or whoever was the representative of Storytel said that they have licensed the voices of super popular narrators, and people can do with their voice what they wish. That's a different kettle of fish. And to that I say, those narrators, those super popular narrators who everybody loves, are not narrating those books. They are a computerized facsimile of those narrators, but what makes those narrators good, what makes those narrators special, is their nuance and the heart and the emotions and just knowing where to take that extra little breath or that extra pause, or how long a pause should be to make something funny, or the arc of a monologue where you break down an emotion at the end. An AI computerized voice cannot do that. Even with the engineering where it's like breath here, break there, it's not real. And you can hear the contrivance when someone is acting versus actually feeling it. And I think that is a huge difference. The other thing is that when you use a recording of somebody's voice, there is only so much input, right? They only have so much data to then confer on this new project. And I guarantee it's not nearly enough data because of how much we can manipulate our voices, and how much goes on in here that changes here. And like, am I sore today? Then maybe I'm a little hunched and maybe I'm a little tight. Like there's so much that goes into a voice and telling a story that this small amount of data cannot confer new cadence, new meaning, new storytelling into every different book that they do. If you use a licensed AI voice, or non-licensed AI voice, if you use a virtual voice, it is going to sound the same and be the same as every other book out there that use that same voice. There is nothing making your book special. There is nothing elevating your book to a whole other experience. And I think that's why so many people enjoy listening to audiobooks, is because the narrators can actually just make it so vivid in your mind. And that's something that AI can't do. Something else AI can't do is they can't interface right here, right? Like no one is, there's no AI on here going, hey, look at me, look at my blooper and all that kind of stuff. In this same vein, AI, virtual voice, even licensed voices cannot create something that the story tells them to. Again, they are fed a certain amount of data. So, for example, I am prepping a fantasy book right now where within the book, characters often have conversations to the side in their own languages. In the book, the written form, the author has differentiated this by italicizing those lines. So they're speaking in a different language, but it's still English on the page. You don't have that in audio. So now it is my job as the narrator to collaborate with the author and figure out how we want to make those differences where it's not too jarring to the ear, but also still reflects the characteristics of the race. Like there is a cat peoples and there is a dragon peoples, and it mentions dual vocal cords in the dragon. And the cat people, like, do they have fangs? Do I want to emphasize the fricatives, like cats, like kind of without making it too obnoxious to listen for long periods of time? And AI cannot do that. AI would just read the words as they are. It wouldn't be an immersive storytelling experience. And then you would also lose the jokes and the secrecy of it being a different language. Anyway, as always, this is kind of ranty and rambly, but I just want to throw that out there, that if you choose to use virtual voice, if you as a narrator choose to license your voice, we can't stop you. We can't stop you from doing it. But there is so much to be said for keeping creativity in the arts to a human exchange. And GenAI should have no part in that because they cannot do what we can do.